Discover why Diogo Jota is hailed as the perfect signing for Liverpool. From the moment he arrived at Anfield, Jota brought energy, goals, and determination that instantly won over the fans. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exclusive Liverpool content. Diogo Jota, the perfect signing for Liverpool and figurehead for a gifted Portuguese generation. Popular forward was star for club and country before his death in a car accident aged 28. At the end of the last professional assignment of a life cut tragically short, Diogo Jota took it upon himself to quietly organize the protocols. He and his Portugal teammates had just won the UEFA Nations League in Munich, a long evening's work, a final against Spain settled on penalties, and the time had arrived for the trophy formalities. Jota knew the drill better than many because his talents had led him to several such ceremonies. To rewatch the footage of those moments is to see how he gently corrals his colleagues into an orderly line so that the match officials can make a dignified walk to the podium for their medals. He's there with a big smile, ruffling the head of his young compatriot Nuno Mendes, who had just been handed the award for player of the tournament. Jota is there just behind the captain Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes at the trophy lift, the squad's next best source of goals behind those two, and an admired and popular figurehead for a gifted generation of Portuguese footballers. Tributes following the news of his and his brother Andre's deaths in a car accident endorsed that status and the affection he was held in. Fernando Santos, the manager who first called up Jota for the senior national team, spoke of a great player and super person and remembered not only his contributions to a stellar Portugal forward line but his big-hearted commitment. He had an enormous passion for the national team, said Santos, recalling that when injury kept Jota from taking part in the 2022 World Cup finals, he made a point of coming out there to see us, to visit us at the training ground and to be at our matches. That was all his own initiative. Jota, added Santos, would have won more than his 49 caps but for injury and perhaps but for the exceptionally long span of Ronaldo's career. He coincided with the best player in the world, said Santos, but he still found a key role and that was greatly to his credit. That drive to define a role, to complement greatness, was echoed at Liverpool, the club Jota joined 5 summers ago, aged 23, a versatile, hard-working and inventive striker capable of operating across attacking positions who had shown at Wolverhampton Wanderers he could thrive in the Premier League, but his task at Liverpool initially looked daunting. The trio of Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino and Sadio Mane had established an era-defining complicity over several years in Liverpool's front line. Jota's achievement would be to enhance that strike. Diogo Jota brought Liverpool fans excitement from day one. Diogo Jota brought genuine excitement to Liverpool from the very first day. He'll never, ever be forgotten. It says something about the power of following a football team that we'll all remember today for the rest of our lives as someone we genuinely loved was lost. And yet barely any of us actually got to meet Diogo Jota. The impact he's had on us all is plain to see and feel, though. A footballer who had everyone beaming from the first moment. Liverpool signed Thiago Alcantara back in September 2020, a bizarre year, of course. The Reds had just won the title in incredible fashion that ended up being a bit deflating. No fans, no real momentum to it. It was an incredibly strange time. But the transfer window arrived and Liverpool were doing business, something they hadn't done the previous year. They chased Thiago for a while, becoming a prolonged saga that makes the Florian words one look snappy. As Liverpool announced Thiago, though, news broke that they were looking at Diogo Jota. Within hours that became, Liverpool are bidding for Diogo Jota. Then by the end of the day it was Diogo Jota has signed a contract and is joining Liverpool. That was nearly 5 years ago now, but again, we all remember the day. Genuine excitement that Liverpool were signing a player who, if we're being honest, barely anyone had considered that summer. He hadn't been appearing in rumors at all, really. Liverpool were keen, though, and that's all that actually mattered. A signing out of nowhere that brought a burst of excitement and a feeling of this is fucking brilliant. Which ended up being exactly what Jota brought on the pitch. His last goal for the club and in football sums him up. Grabbing the ball at the edge of the box against Everton, bursting through players and firing home, all in a flash, barely even time for fans to anticipate what's happening. That's how we'll remember him anyway. Someone who could instantly create an incredible moment of joy for an incredible number of people. Few have that power, but Diogo Jota did. Diogo Jota's Liverpool nickname revealed as Andy Robertson pays tribute. Andy Robertson has joined Liverpool players past and present to pay an emotional tribute to Diogo Jota, who alongside his brother was killed in a car crash on Thursday. Liverpool star Andy Robertson has paid a lengthy and powerful tribute to his late teammate Diogo Jota. A fatal car crash in the northwest of Spain resulted in the tragic deaths of Jota, 28, and his brother, Andre. The Portugal international was teammates with Robertson for 5 years as the pair helped Liverpool win the Premier League, FA Cup and League Cup. During that time, the Scottish left-back and Jota forged a relationship which transcended the Anfield pitch. Robertson reflected how much he admired his teammate in a post on Instagram, with tributes pouring in from around the world. The ones I'm thinking about most right now are the family. Their loss is too much to bear. I'm so sorry that they have lost two such precious souls. Diogo and Andre, Robertson began. For the team and the club, we'll try to cope with this together however long that takes. For me, I want to talk about my mate, my buddy, the bloke I loved and will miss like crazy. I could talk about him as a player for hours, but none of that feels like it matters right now. It's the man, the person. He was such a good guy, the best, so genuine, just normal and real, full of love for the people he cared about, full of fun. He was the most British foreign player I've ever met. We used to joke he was really Irish. I try to claim him as Scottish, obviously. I even called him Diogo Mac Jota. We'd watch the darts together, enjoy the horse racing. Going to Cheltenham this season was a highlight, one of the best we had. The last time I saw him was the happiest day of his life. His wedding day. I want to remember his never-ceasing smile from that magical day. How much he was bursting with love for his wife and family. I can't believe we're saying goodbye. It's too soon and it hurts so much. But thank you for being in my life, mate, and for making it better. Love you, Diogo. Liverpool's captain, Virgil van Dijk, also posted an emotional tribute. On Instagram, the Dutch defender wrote, "Man, I can't believe it, I don't want to believe it. Absolutely devastated and in total disbelief. What a human being, what a player, but most importantly, what an unbelievable family man. You meant so much to all of us and you always will. For your family to lose two sons, a husband and a father is just unimaginable. So cruel and unfair. My heart is breaking for all of your beautiful family, for Root and for your kids. I promise you that in these difficult times and beyond we will always be there for your family. A champion forever, number 20 forever. It's been a privilege to have stood by your side on the pitch and to have been your friend off it. We will miss you beyond words and never forget you. Your legacy will live on, we will make sure of it." Diogo Jota's physio lifts the lid on Star's little-known issue he bravely played through. Diogo Jota was described as an unparalleled professional by his physio, Miguel Goncalves, who strongly denied vile rumors the Liverpool forward had been partying in the run-up to the crash. Diogo Jota had been bravely playing through a little-known issue called a pneumothorax, or collapsed lung, in the weeks before his death, his physio has confirmed. Miguel Goncalves said the forward was so desperate to ensure Liverpool won their second Premier League title he delayed his surgery for pneumothorax. He was also keen to feature in Portugal's Nations League game against Spain in June, which his country won on penalties. Jota, 28, battled through the issue and saw Mr. Goncalves just 5 hours before the fatal crash in Zamora, Spain. Both Jota and his younger brother Andre died after the Portugal international's Lamborghini Huracan was involved in the smash. Mr. Goncalves said the brothers planned to drive to Santander to catch a ferry to England and chose to make the journey in the evening because the weather was cooler. Mr. Goncalves added, "I said goodbye to him and his brother Andre at around 8:30 p.m. His brother was a great companion and decided to go with him to accompany him on the trip, and that way they would also spend more time together. They were going to travel at night because it was cooler, but they weren't going direct. The funeral will start tomorrow, with the wake taking place in São Cosme at 3 p.m., with the funeral at 10 a.m. on Saturday. It will be held at the Igreja Matriz de Gondomar, half an hour from Jota's home city of Porto, where 2 weeks ago he married childhood sweetheart Root in a Catholic service packed with family and friends." Speaking to Portuguese outlet Record, Mr. Goncalves, who himself works mostly at a hospital in Porto, added, "Diogo was very aware of his professionalism. They were only supposed to arrive in Santander today, Thursday, catch the boat and then go to England. The family would arrive later by plane, organize their lives over the weekend, and then, on Monday, they had a medical appointment scheduled in Liverpool to assess the situation. Jota, a father of 3, was advised against flying because this would have been a risk to his health. Instead, the Brittany Ferries service from the port city of Santander was due to reach Plymouth, Devon, this morning. And Mr. Goncalves stressed the footballer's decision highlighted his huge professionalism, a trait he praised. He was appalled to read disgusting rumors on social media to suggest Jota had been partying in the run-up to the crash. The physio added, "I've read some things on the internet that are regrettable and I've even heard some in the media. To be clear, Diogo and Andre weren't partying at all, they weren't in the so-called good mood life, they had nothing that deserved any repair. Nothing." The tire of the supercar is said to have blown out while.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.